agriculture, and I've put down a lot of series that we are going to be looking into. This today we are going to start with why agriculture. Why agriculture? And I'm going to be looking at it in the perspective of the future. I'm going to be looking at it in the perspective of the future. Now, as a Nigerian, looking at my nation today, I will tell you that the population we had years back is no longer the population we have today. There has been a multiple increase, and in the nearest future, there will also be a multiple increase on the population that we have. And presently, the food is going up by the day, not because that God has stopped making what we put on the soil to grow, or making our food, our plants not to have fruits, but because the population of the people is increasing, the population of the farmers are not increasing. The population of farmers are not increasing at all. People are seeing farming as something for the older generation. You understand? They are not seeing it as something that they need to venture into. And I am here to let you know that the earlier you start thinking of agriculture, the better for every one of us. Now, like I said, that the population is increasing, not because food is no longer producing when we put it on the soil, but because the population is increasing. But now the prices of food keep going up and up. Here in Nigeria, red oil has skyrocketed in last 2 years by 100%. Other foods have also skyrocketed by 100%. Yes. And I tell you that as in economics, there's what we call demand and supply. Demand and supply is some of the things that drive the market up, the price of the market up, or the price of the market down. So, and in a country where you have more population and lesser amount of farmers, the tendency that the food will continue to go up is very, very high. That means what we are buying today, there are dangers that it will continue to go up in future if we don't do something about it. Number two, our health conditions are no longer very favorable. I've seen people that are very careful with their health, yet they end up dying of one ailment or the other. And when I ask myself why, and I try to find out what is really the problem, I found out that because we are not farming, we are not eating healthy. Because we are not farming, we are not eating healthy. I've come to realize that when you don't get food from somewhere close to you, you are ending up getting chaff from a far distance. Yes. Now, in farming, there's what we call post-harvest handling. Post-harvest handling is what will determine if the plant you harvested, or if the fruit you harvested, or if the vegetable you harvested will still contain the same amount of nutrients that it carried after harvest, or will it have lost some of the nutrients and minerals that it carried when you harvested it, whether it will still carry it. It is called post-harvest handling. Now understand this: when you harvest a fruit or harvest a vegetable, after harvest, that thing still is still alive. Yes, it's still alive. It's still breathing the way human being breathes. So, and how you handle it will determine if that thing is going to stay longer for you, or is it going to start having some kind of issue immediately. Do you understand? Now, why am I saying this? Why I'm saying this is this: some of the things we buy in the market, most of them are chaff. Not that it was not planted and they wasn't harvested. It is because after the planting and harvesting, that plant has passed through a lot of stress, both hot temperature, both squeezing and all those stuff, that it has begun to have the the internal structures of the cell is already leaking, and the minerals and they are all gone and all that. So you are barely eating chaff, even though it's vegetable, but you are actually eating chaff. Why? Because of post-harvest handling. So if you start farming today and you are actually farming, this is my house, I'm actually at the backyard of my house, and if you look at my backyard, behind me is a cucumber, and if you look the other side, you're going to see tomatoes. Now what I got from this farm can never be as fresh as what I bought from the market. Sorry, can never be compared to what I'm going to get in the market. What I'm going to get from here will be so fresh, and the nutrients are still intact. The nutrients will still be intact. The ones I will get here, the nutrients will still be intact, and they will be very healthy. So for you to eat healthy, you must get food closer to you. Now if you begin to take advantage of this and begin to plant around your house, and begin to plant around your house, or harvest around your house, don't you see that you are going to start eating healthy? So eating healthy is key. Eating healthy is key. And for us to eat healthy, we must all farm. For us to eat healthy, we must all farm. You cannot eat healthy by depending on what you buy from the market. You cannot. So only way you could eat healthy is when you start farming yourself. So I want to encourage you to start thinking about farming. Then number three, I told you that the population is going up, and we need to begin to farm. The food insecurity is going to be another issue, which I've already told you that the prices will continue to go up. But pricing going up, what about people that can afford it? There are people that barely make up to 2,000 naira in a day, using Nigerian currency as an example. And food, one food you can eat, one decent food you can eat in a day is 3,000 naira. How will such person survive? That means we are getting to a point where people are going to start having people are going to actually be living and not eating good food. Do you understand? We're not getting to a point where people will now stop eating good, decent food because they cannot afford it. Food now becomes expensive. It no longer be something everybody can afford because of what we chose not to farm. So let's not allow this to get to this point. A decent food should be affordable to everyone. A decent food should be affordable to everyone. Even we have actually gotten to a point where decent food is no longer affordable to everyone. But it will get worse if we don't do something. So this reason why we are going into farming is why we are talking about agriculture is for food security, so that decent food can be available for you and I, so that every one of us would have access to good food. So guys, I want to encourage you guys listening to this podcast. I need you to really start thinking about agriculture. Utilize the space in your home. Let me show you around. Utilize the space in your home. This is my house. You can see that. I'm back at the back of my house. I have tomatoes here. I have cucumber here. If you go to the other side, you're going to see I have palm, and I have some other plants in my compound. And I just saw a space down there. I want to now put pepper, so that I can also have pepper around there too. So guys, you need to start thinking agriculture. Thinking agriculture, so that we can be able to live healthy. Thank you so much. The vision is to inspire you to begin to look in the direction of agriculture, and also to open your eyes to the great potential that this agricultural space carry. Thank you so much, and see you in my next podcast. Bye.